Governor Parson was clearly very proud of his economic accomplishments over his term, from paying off more than half of the state's outstanding debt to leaving $1.5 billion on the bottom line for his budget plan next year. But how the next year goes is really what's going to define on what note Parson finishes his political career.
Again, you got to be thinking long-term of the state of Missouri, and I think, again, we've set that foundation for that next administration.
And that's largely what Parson says he's tried to do in the governor's office, enacting 3 different tax cuts, which he says were strategically timed.
The trick is, just like you have to at home, you can't spend more money than you're bringing in. So you can increase programs, you can do things to better Missouri lives, but you also got to remember you got to stay within that guidelines.
That, Parson contends, is what conservatism truly means. But right now, in Missouri's Senate, a battle over who appears more conservative is threatening to upend Parson's agenda. Today, the Republican majority again clashing with 6 of its members who call themselves the Freedom Caucus, who have held up the governor's appointments over disagreements on the order of business.
We're sick and tired of the failed leadership time and time again.
One, I don't like the us versus them. I don't like the labels. But I got a lot more people standing behind me than they do.
Parson said he's confident his legislative goals will be met, but had this to say about the group of senators.
All of a sudden you get up there and people think they're a little more important than somebody else, and you forget that you're supposed to be up here finding solutions for everyday Missourians is what you're up here supposed to be doing. If you don't agree on things, you don't agree on things. If you win some votes, you win some votes. If you lose votes, you lose votes. But to try to shut down the entire system is probably not a good way for democracy to work.
Parson also said while he hasn't made an endorsement for his successor or any statewide race, he said he'll be getting involved before November. In Jefferson City, I'm Joe McLean.